Hola, konnichiwa, and hello. This will be the first of 4 videos to help you learn how to use the new expense report application. This first video will deal with exchange rates and how to add your exchanges to configure your exchange rates. The first thing I'm assuming here is that you have logged on successfully and you see the page that is in front of you now. If you have not been able to do this, please contact your FSTM and that person will be able to help you troubleshoot. So when you first come on, you will see a list of currencies to the left. This should be pretty much every currency in the world. If you find one that's not on this list, please let us know. So for our purposes today, I will select the Barbados dollar. So first you select the currency that you're dealing with, and after you've highlighted that currency, click Add Exchange. This will create a new line for that currency. If I go up to the mark here, you'll notice that the line goes away. If I go back down to the Barbados dollar, here's the line. So it is creating an exchange line for that particular exchange rate. And from here, you just fill out the amounts here. So I went to the ATM, got out 500 Barbados dollars, which cost me $200. There was a $2 transaction fee. This will be for if your bank charges you an ATM fee or something like that, or if there's a fee associated with the exchange. The date of the exchange was back in January, and here we can either drop down the calendar like I've done and choose the date, or we can type in the date like so. And as you see, we can't go any farther than here. This exchange rate is calculated based on what you've put in so far. So that will be automatically done. You will not be able to click into that. From here, we'll also want to add an attachment. This will be for any supporting documentation that you have for the exchange, such as an ATM slip or an exchange receipt, possibly some banking documents that prove that this was the exchange rate that you got. We're also going to see this same module when we get to the expenses, and we'll cover it there again. I clicked on Add Attachment here, and what that did was created us a blank slate for us to do an attachment. There's 2 buttons on this screen. One is a screen with a little red circle there, and one is a screen with a pencil. The red circle, if we click that, will delete the attachment and take it off of this line. The pencil is what we want to click on, and this will allow us to add the attachment. Now there's several ways that we can do that. You can scan the picture or the receipts on a scanner, and this will accept pretty much any file type you can think of. It will take a PDF, a JPEG, GIF, bitmap, any of those types of files you'll be able to put onto this. It will also accept Excel spreadsheets and Word documents. So we can click on the Browse button and a Finder window should pop up. And this is where I have scanned my receipts to be put onto my expense report. And so I'll click on the one that I want to attach to this line item. And from here I can manipulate the receipt. I can draw a box over it, and there are buttons here. So the first is Browse. The webcam will come back to. These buttons will rotate the image by 1 degree, and then these will do it by 90 degrees. After you've drawn a box over what you want to do, if you click on the crop button, it will actually crop to whatever area you've selected, and then these buttons will allow you to zoom out and zoom in. The rule of thumb here is if you can read the receipt on this window, then we will be able to read it once we've received your expense report, and we will be able to process it. If you cannot read the receipt, then you may want to go back and do a rescan. Now, earlier I said there's several different options. You can scan the images, which obviously this is not. You can also take a picture of the image with your digital camera, which was what was done here. A couple of tips there is make sure the lighting is good. Make sure that you focus in on whatever the image is. And again, if you can read it when you take the picture, then we'll probably be able to read it once we get it here. The other option that we are giving is if you click on this webcam button here, this will access your web camera on your computer or laptop. You can then take the receipt that you have, hold it up to the camera, and click OK. And when you click OK, it will take a picture of the receipt, and you can then go in and crop it down like so. So this works really well for smaller receipts, for gas receipts, those kind of things. If it is a full page receipt, 8.5 by 11, then you're probably going to want to scan that type of document. But again, if you can read it when you've done it here, then we'll be able to read it when we're processing it. So once you've gotten the picture that you want to attach to this, this particular line item, click OK, and you can see that our receipt has been put onto this particular line item. You will continue to do that for as many exchanges as you need to do. We can also do more than one currency. So if we had some franc or whatever other currency we had, you can continue to add those, and we'll see what that looks like when we get over to the expenses and incomes. One last tip is once you've started, you're probably only going to be dealing with 1, 2, maybe 3 currencies. If you uncheck this box, that will then give you a list of only the currencies that you've used to date, which for most of us is probably going to be, like I said, 1 or 2, maybe 3 currencies. If you ever have to go back in and add a currency that's not on this list, you can again select Show All Currencies and work from there. One last bit of information is if you do put in one that's incorrect or erroneous, you can highlight that particular one and click this button, Remove Selected Exchanges, and that will take that exchange away, and you can go in and add the correct one. So that is how you add an exchange and how you configure your exchange rate on the new expense report application. Please go to the next video and we will discuss how to put in your expenses and income.